Happy Friday, everybody. This is John with In Homes Today, brokered by eXp. I have the privilege of talking with Chuck Wells with Overhead Door Company of South Central Indiana. Chuck's the owner. What I know of Overhead Door, it's been around since I was a kid. I think for over 45 years, Chuck?
Yeah, it started in 1965. Don Schmidt started it with just a truck and a garage.
Wow, that's funny. I was born in 1965. I just remember it being a household name. Anybody that ever talked about garage doors, just go see Overhead Door.
Yeah, Overhead Door's been at it now for over 100 years, company wide. So they started the original garage door business, and even today they continue to lead the industry. It's great to be a part of their organization.
Awesome. I was just curious what Overhead Door actually does. Everybody knows it's garage doors, but it's so much more, because I grew up knowing just the residential part, but I know you do both residential and commercial. It's just a large company. You went through a recent remodel, and you've got more stuff happening. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, your journey here, and the company?
Well, it's kind of an odd way to get here. I worked at the Republican for the Brown family in the media company for over 20 years. And 6 years ago, sat down with a good friend of mine, John McCormick, and we were brainstorming on what might make sense for me in the future. Things were in the newspaper business becoming more and more challenging. And John identified Overhead Door. I called Don Schmidt, and then a short time later, we put a deal together and I bought the company. So since that time, I always knew they had a fairly good name and they were well known. I just thought with a little bit of energy, a little bit of enthusiasm, investing where I thought we could develop more growth, I knew there was potential. And since that time, we're now the third largest overhead door distributor in the state of Indiana, and we're one of the largest in the Midwest.
Wow. Congratulations.
It's been a blast, but it's all about our people. The culture that we've developed here is focused on treating people the way we want to be treated, both inside and outside the building, and that drives all of our decisions and how we treat each other, and that's led to our growth. We have the best team you can find.
All right, awesome. But why don't you show us just a little bit about your operation?
Sure.
I know you've got some renovations going to be going on, and why don't you tell us a little bit about the path of somebody picking out garage door maintenance that you do?
Sure.
Things like that.
Okay. Well, we're here in our main showroom, and
I'll kind of pan around.
Yeah,
here.
a lot has changed since digital marketing has become such a big part of all of our businesses. With selecting an overhead door, it used to be people would come in and want to see an actual door. Well, those days are gone. Now we have the ability. First of all, there are so many different choices. There are literally hundreds and hundreds of different door designs, different kinds of material, and so there wouldn't be enough room in all of Columbus to display all of that product. So Overhead Door, one of the advantages to being a dealer there is they have an awesome art service piece of our company website where we can go in and search and find doors and share them with customers. We have the ability to come to your house, take a picture of your home, go on to the Overhead Door corporate website, identify some doors that might make sense, and we can virtually place those doors on your house and send it to you, and then, oh yeah, that looks pretty good. I think that's something we would like to do.
I love that, because being in real estate and my past business of landscape design, and I talk about it every day with clients in real estate. It's one of those pieces where not a lot of people have vision, or they struggle with vision of remodeling. So that virtual staging.
And you guys see this all the time in your business, where construction can be overwhelming, or remodeling can be overwhelming, and you have to make all of these decisions. So what I handle most of our residential sales, and what I do is I'll sit down with the customer, come visit, see their house. I'll take pictures, and I'll often just send them suggestions. This is what I would do. I try to really, help them in the design process. So it's truly an interactive way of doing it. It's not like going to a big box store and just pulling something off the shelf. We want to make sure the customer has the right fit.
Love it.
So let's take a look at the commercial side of what we do. In our company, 65% of our business is commercial. So when I say commercial, I mean, if you think about Columbus in major manufacturing, we handle all the work, door work and dock work for Cummins, Toyota, NTN. We work with Rolls-Royce up in Indianapolis at their airplane engine and helicopter engine manufacturing facility. It's state of the art. You have to have special security clearance to get in there. It's a really neat place to work. We are in their business because of the way we go about doing things. We invest in our people. We invest in training. We have the most talented technicians you can find in Indiana. And because of that, we've been able to land those major manufacturing partners.
Wow.
So in this warehouse, we always make sure that we have typical parts that we need every day to repair docks and doors. In addition to that, we keep a certain amount of inventory on demand here in the shop so that if an emergency happens, we can come out and help a customer get that door closed. I'll walk you over and show you what I'm talking about. Ironically, the biggest troublemaker in factories can often be a forklift hitting a door, and it happens all the time. We probably have 2 or 3 a week. So what we do is we keep these slats on this in our warehouse, and what we have the ability to do is cut all those slats down to size when a customer has an emergency, and we'll replace the bottom sections as they're needed depending on the size of the door. We have it all here ready to go. Yeah, we believe strongly in facility and fleet, so all of our guys are driving brand new trucks that are fully equipped with welders. We've got a whole fleet of lifts that we use so that we don't have to rent them. They've all been certified safe. I mean, we take them all over South Central Indiana. As we walk outside, you may look at our green Monster 1973.
Let's take a look at that. Oh, love that.
That
Blast from the past.
Yeah, that dump truck takes all of our recycled. We recycle all of the metal that we take off of a job site with Crude. They're a great partner. So we run that out to Crude. They recycle it, and we fill it up again and go the next day.
Oh, love it that you recycle.
Yeah. So our plan also with this building, this is our residential building, we want it to mirror what we have over here.
There's the commercial building, and then a future remodel going to happen on the residential building.
Yeah, we're going to fix it up and make sure that it meets our values. We believe strongly in facility. We want to make sure that our people work in a place they can be proud of. The community appreciates driving by a building that looks professional and sharp. So it's important for us to make that investment. This is our residential warehouse. These are the booms that attach to a garage door opener. We keep hundreds of them in stock. Our parts room. A lot of times what we'll do, and a lot of companies don't do this, we have a whole parts room back here, parts room over here. And the point to that is that oftentimes a customer has a problem with their opener. Mm-hmm. And it's really as simple as changing out a circuit board. Or it might be just one piece is broken. Mm-hmm. And what some companies will do, they'll just automatically tell the customer they got to buy a new opener. Well, that's just not the way we operate. You know, we make sure that first we're going to try to fix it. And if we can, you're only out the service call and maybe $2 for that part, okay, as opposed to forcing someone to buy a $500 operator.
Okay. And
what we've learned is that over time, people trust us. So when the time does come for the opener, usually they call us. You can see we got tons of doors that we keep in stock. Some of these are sold jobs, so we keep them here ready so that when the truck pulls up in the morning, we can load them up and they can get out the door. But there are common sizes and there are common colors that people use a lot. So for me, I make sure that we keep enough stock that if someone hits their door and they need us to get out right away to help them get that opening secured at their home, we've probably got that color and size here in stock. I mean, we can get there the same day if there's an emergency. Oftentimes, if someone wants a new door, I can get, if it's a common color and common size, I can get the same week. I just think a sense of urgency is the way we want to operate around here. Funny story about the basketball goal. When I bought the business, there was no net on the basketball goal, and my buddy Sean Kutra said we can't have that when he came over to look at the shop. And so I didn't know this, but then a day later I came in and there was a net on the basketball goal. Kutra had come out and put it on. over here, you're going to see one of the most common problems that people have is the garage door springs break. It's the most common thing that we run into. You'll see we have hundreds and hundreds of springs in stock, so that when you have that problem, usually the same day, we're there to fix it and can take care of it. No matter what spring you have, even if we don't have it in stock, we have the ability to build it here.
Oh, that's cool.
So that even if it's a unique door that has a strange configuration, we have the ability to measure it, clamp it, and put a new one in right here from our shop. So, that's kind of the general overview of what we're doing here.
Oh, love it. And you also, for, let's just say like an opener, you sell all the way from what I would consider a normal opener to the high tech where you can control it by your phone.
Yeah, correct. Technology has come so far, and you see it every day in your business. People have all kinds of interconnected devices at their home that they can operate from their mobile phone. Overhead Doors is an industry leader in that category. We have a thing that's called OHD Anywhere. So basically, from your mobile phone, it'll send you notifications when your home door goes up and down. You have the ability to open and close it from your mobile device.
Wow.
It gives you a history of when that door has gone up and down. When I had a teenage daughter, it was really nice to be able to get those notifications.
Yeah.
But yeah, and so you go from that, and also that opener that has that capability also has battery backup. So when you lose power, you still have the ability to open and close that door.
Oh, that's nice.
For some people, they have no idea where their house key is, and I'm sure you've
Yes.
never run into that.
Oh,
You
never.
go to show a house, hey, it's time to list the house. Where are the daggone keys? I don't know where they are. So I ran into that myself. So I press the button, door goes up. So even if we didn't have power, it works. And then we have just basic openers. What I make sure I do, and what all of our team does, is we want to make sure that we give you what you need for your door. So not every door is the same. If you have an insulated steel back door with windows and it's 16 foot wide by 8 feet tall, you need a half-horse operator. So we'll put a half-horse operator in. But if you have a small 9x7 that's non-insulated, then we can do a Legacy 650, which is going to save you quite a bit of money. So the point is that we're not just throwing stuff at you. We're making sure that what we do fits your needs.
Okay. Well, thank you, Chuck. One thing that I really found a takeaway from this is Overhead Door Company of South Central Indiana. It's a regional company. They're taking care of Rolls-Royce and Indy. But the core values are still based on employees and the customer.
True. It all starts there.
It's a family business.
Yeah.
So love it. Well, thank you very much, Chuck.
Appreciate your time, John.
All right.
Thank you.